It's your boy D.
I'm Shar, and you are tuning in to Homeroom with Smooth. Class is now in session.
Hey, y'all. This is Homeroom with Smooth, episode number 176 from Israel with Love. And I got with me Vidoga here. Did I say that
Vigoda.
right? Huh?
Vigoda.
Vigoda.
Yeah, you can call me V in short.
V. Okay, so we got V. We got V here. You know what I'm saying? And he's from Israel. We're gonna be having a discussion about so I did a previous video titled Are Black People Jews? And in that video I made some claims on information that I had at the time. And so he has different information. So we were going back and forth in the comments, and I was like, well, why don't we just have a conversation and then you can educate me? Because I again, like I said before we started, I'm not going to grandstand that I'm like a beacon of knowledge on everything. So yeah, if you want to introduce yourself, and then we can get started with the conversation.
Okay, like you said, I'm from Israel. My name, you can call me, my stage name here is Vigoda. And yeah, we are going to talk about your video that I responded a lot of time in it. Yeah, probably for that responding, you can call me, definitely call me a stalker.
No, man. You were just passionate, and you know what I'm saying. You had a lot of things.
Yeah, you're talking about my heritage, talking about my country, you're talking about my home.
Yeah,
What you
which is
want me
fair.
to say? Yeah. So let's see where we start. You know what? Let's see what I wrote. Definitely, what I literally wrote to you. About the Bible. You know, we all, with all due respect, you know, if you want to check if you want, how is it? You know, we aren't in the Middle Ages anymore. If we want to study history, we needed to check archaeology. We need to check literally history, not religious books. With all due respect to the Bible, you know, if it's okay to take you know, it could give you a view of what's happened here and there in periods of the in some periods in that part of the world, but still, if you need to take other sources. For
Right.
example, the video that I said to you is from archaeology and from sources. And let's see now, the you know, the video, what you said about Jesus, that if you're a Christian, that maybe could be good for you, but you know, people that aren't Christian, that text has no value to them in terms of religion. So for them, if it's only historical value, if it has historical value, of course. And you
Right.
know, that is not the English. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you are using the Bible of the King James version. No?
Yeah, that was correct. That was correct. That's what I was using. Yep.
Yeah. You know, that's there's a lot of mistranslation in that version, and like you know, the original New Testament was in Greek, and it was translated to Latin, and from Latin to German, and from German to English. So, you know, when you got books translated from another language to the other, and so on and so on, with handwriting and only, then you get problems. And you know, some let's be honest, some the people that pass that book, some of them make mistakes by accident. Some of them make changes by choice. I can give you, for example, a mistake that you had in the New Testament. That, for example, you have nal shen kill, do not kill. You have in the in your Bible. So the original text said, "Do shall not murder." So maybe that's for example. And like I told you in the comments, the quote that you read about Jesus, it's talking about the head complete, all of the head, not just the hair. So that is big problem. Okay, and the video that I sent you, one of them is about a person that checked the original Greek version
Hmm.
of the New Testament and the original quotes, and that's from him. I got that information.
Hmm. Yeah, and
So,
I watched that. I watched that video, and I watched what he was
but you
saying,
said
and
that you didn't saw that it's all of the five.
yeah, I didn't see all five, but I watched the initial one you sent me, the very first link, which was the guy talking about the scripture and Revelations. I did watch that.
Yeah, Metatron. He definitely is a great YouTuber.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did watch his video. I did watch his video, and he made a lot of great points. He made a lot of great points.
Yeah,
I can't argue with what he put down. I can't.
yeah.
It's
If
correct.
you want, yeah, if you want, if you so want to focus on the religious text, then at least go to the original text.
Right.
And
Which is true.
yeah, and about the Egyptians, the Egyptians themselves. If you saw I also put a video about what he said about that.
Hmm.
You saw, what do you think about it?
I didn't like because like you said, I didn't get to see every link that you sent me because there was a lot of comments. To be fair, there's a lot of comments.
Okay.
So I didn't see, but I did just now find the comment that had two more links in it, and then so I have two more links that I need to find. But from watching that bit of text, it seems like to me what you're and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like what you're saying is that there were already Romans there, like there were already Romans and things of that nature there. Um but
And what did you talk? And what period are you talking about?
we're I guess we're talking about like um Christ being born, like because we're talking about the piece where he fled to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That's we're talking about, like the
Allegedly,
yeah, the biblical piece where
yeah,
he
but
went to.
there's no records if I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm not. There was King Harris killed a lot of kids because of him, to get to him, and he because of that fled to Egypt. According to history, King Herod died before his birth, the birth of Christ, and there's no records of him looking for a special child or killing children for to make sure that that child is dead or something. And he was a Roman puppet anyway. He
Mm,
got after his death, from what if I'm not mistaken, the Romans took full on control of Judea, and from a puppet state, it became a part of the Roman Empire.
mm, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but
So
even if we go with the idea that he fled into Egypt, the people there looked like him. They had the Middle Eastern look.
yes.
Um, yeah, if you watch the movie, the video with Metatron about if the Egyptians were black, then he definitely brings a lot of stuff that killed the idea that they were that they were sub-Saharan. Of course, they were not European. That's also, I think he had some. If you ask me, as a person that lives in the Middle East, he has a lot of well, not a lot, but some things that, in my eyes, were not correct.
Like
But
what?
he, for example, said, what? Maybe he said it in another video about Egypt that the Egyptians, it's the climate there is probably not very warm and something like that. It's because, or in maybe he compared the technology of the Egyptian to car. I think it was in a different video, so never mind that. That's
Mm,
so forget it.
mm.
But Egypt, in the end of the day, it's in terms of territory, it's in the Middle East. If you want to go, I know it's probably you're probably angry about me that I say it, but still, sorry. That's I see that that's the Egyptians, and especially if you want to see them today. Well, of course of course today with all the mixing with foreigners and stuff, the Egyptians today are mostly Arab, so at the same people anyway. You wanted to say something before?
So I guess no. So I guess well, kind of in a way. So I guess my question is so why would you refer to Egypt as the Middle East and not like kind of like this in between, like it's a both type of deal? Because I would never grandstand that it was or look at it where that Egypt is just purely African. Like I would not say that. I fully acknowledge the fact that there was a lot of intermingling because it was basically a trading hub. Like anything that came out of Africa came through Egypt. Anything that came through the Middle East to go to Africa came through Egypt. Like it was a hub. You know what I'm saying? So
When you say to Africa, you mean North Africa, right? Not Sub-Saharan Africa.
Um, like like I'm talking about just Africa in its entire. When I say Africa, I'm talking about Africa in its entirety. So any other part of Africa that wanted to trade with the Middle East and go eastward through the land routes to India and China and all that stuff, or went through land routes, like
Okay, I can.
they went through Egypt. Like that's why they
Okay.
made so much money because it was a trading hub at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
but in the end of the day, if first of all, let's see, you said about Africa. Africa between Egypt and the rest of sub-Saharan Africa, there is a big desert called the Sahara. Okay, so the only African country that the Egyptian full on can trade with are countries that had access to the Red Sea or kingdoms in that, if we be accurate, and of course the area of Nubia.
Okay.
So you
So
had the kingdom of Karma. You have later in the decline of Egypt the kingdom of Kush, but in the end of it, a person for example, from modern day Nigeria cannot get for example, to Tunisia. There is a desert in the size of the USA between that and him, and that's,
okay,
if I may say, that is one of the reasons that people that south of the Sahara, in their culture and in their genes, are very different from the people in the north.
okay,
You have that.
so
Um,
and that's fair. I just real quick, I just have one question. So
yeah,
the Nile runs through there, right? So people didn't like come up, I guess, go up the Nile to Egypt because it's the only river
you
that
mean
flows
go
north.
down the Nile?
Well, down the Nile, take it. Yes, yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
saying up as in like is it
yeah,
longitude or latitude? Like technically, they're going north. You know,
yeah,
so in most common going up the map, they're going up a
yeah,
map, but it's down the Nile technically.
yeah. The
Um,
Egyptians saw it upside down, if you think about it, but never mind that. In the Nile, you have first of all, you have places that the Nile, you have some, I don't know how to say it, cataracts, something, I don't know exactly you say it. Um, you have places in the Nile that
mhm.
there is a place that stop in, and the first one of them is very close to the border of ancient Egypt. I don't know how exactly you say it in English, but you can. I will look at that later and
You're
come
talking
back
about
to you.
you're talking about like a city before the
No,
main
not a
city.
city. There is a geographic places in on the Nile that you have some kind of stopping, some kind of something that stops, not stops the Nile from flowing, but but make it harder for other populations to cross. But in any case, the Nile itself, if
Hmm.
of course you can make trade, and the it's not like nobody north to the Sahara didn't know how people from Ethiopia or Kush look like. Greece also, the Egyptians were
Are
in
you
contact with the Greeks.
are you referring to let's see, because there's so you go up, so it starts at so it starts way back, but let's see, if you're talking about going up the Nile, right? So you're coming up through South Sudan, and then there's Khartoum, then there's like this lake here. There's Abatar, there's Berber, there's Dongala, there's Godiberia. I don't know how to say these names
Forget
correctly.
it. I will check it later and come back to you with that. With
Okay,
that.
okay, cool, cool, cool.
In any case, you the Greeks know that there is kingdoms south to Egypt and such.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the mythical stories of the Greeks takes place in modern day, North Ethiopia or South Sudan, if I'm not mistaken. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot the name of that Greek story. They did a movie about it. They whitewashed it, but still. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of that? You remember there is a movie of some. You remember the Greek story about the guy that taking Medusa's head
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
using it to kill a monster to rescue a princess or something?
Mm-hmm.
That princess was originally in Ethiopia, if I'm not mistaken. Also, the island, and don't quote me about that part, but if I'm not mistaken, the island that Medusa was, according to the mythology, was vanquished to was somewhere in the Red Sea. No, that part, the part about the island, that I don't sure. But the part about the princesses from modern day North Ethiopia or Sudan, that's I think so.
Yeah, yeah, because the snakes on her head were more so like braids or dreads or whatever she had going on with her head. It wasn't necessarily like turning men
Uh,
to turning men to stone wasn't really like she wasn't literally turning men to stone. Like I think it's like her beauty like would paralyze people or something to that effect to where what I'm saying people
You're
were
talking
like
about
jealous of
Medusa
her.
or the princess?
Huh?
You're talking about Medusa. In a number of mythologies, you have snakes taking the roles of villains or being connected to villainy or to bad stuff. You
Mhm.
also have things like this in Nordic mythology and in a number of mythologies. You have it.
Right.
Even if you think about it in the Bible, you have the snake being as an antagonist to Adam and to Eve.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's because, of course, our contact with those animals is not most of the time is not friendly.
That's true.
Yeah, and also about the Bible. The Bible. A lot of the stories in the early Bible is from a lot of cultures that were before. For example, the story of Noah. That is from the Tales of Gilgamesh. If you heard about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, from the Sumerians. So they even did a joke on TV here that they show Noah telling his kids that they need to get ready and stuff, and then some lawyer guy comes and say, I'm suing you in the name of Gilgamesh
Oh
that
yeah.
you take his story."
Yeah, I think I've
show it,
seen that.
show it.
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
It's in Hebrew. It's that I don't think that you saw it. That the TV stuff is in Hebrew. That
Oh
when
no,
they
no, no.
joke about it.
Somebody put the subtitles. Somebody put subtitles on that. Like there's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Somebody's translated it over
From
to
the
Hebrew.
show Yehudim Baim, from the show The Jews Comes?
Yeah, yeah. The thing the
Seriously?
way that you're talking about that, where he got
Yeah,
sued.
yeah,
It's
and then he tells the guy, okay, okay, I will do it, and then he show his kids, you know what?
hmm
it, yeah, there's a lot of comedy. That comedy show said a lot of dumb stuff about the Bible, about Israeli history, about the army. One of the most stuff that pissed a lot of people is the stuff that they left about the army.
mm,
Yeah, that pissed off a lot of military people, and yeah,
hmm
they joked on certain people in the Bible. That's also pissed a lot of Orthodox.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Yeah, it's not like Iran that somebody's going to get hanged for this. Nobody's going to get hanged. They can do what the hell they want.
Right. Right. That's true. That's true
Yeah,
too. That's true too.
yeah.
Um, I also, in addition to like talking about the history, like I kind of want to talk about present day Israel. So, like, what's
Okay.
present day Israel like?
Um, okay. It's very warm here. There is problem usually in later. There is a little problem with the terrorists here and there, but okay. It's like the US, we aren't like our neighbors. We don't kill gays and we don't abuse women.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah.
That's
How is it in the US? How is it in California?
so in California, man, I guess the first thing is like gas is like ridiculously high, but it's
You have a
coming
lot
back
of
down.
nudists, no?
Huh?
I saw in some documentary there a video that you have some nudists in
Oh,
people
yeah, yeah,
walking.
yeah, 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 yeah. There's a couple
Oh,
nudist
lovely.
colonies here and there. They're like really ducked off, and then nudist there's nudist nude beaches and stuff for people to go to. Like, but yeah, there are nudists. You just don't see them as often as you think you would because they kind of live like in their own little pockets, and most of the time when they come out to with other people, like they'll put clothes on. They will
From
just
what
to
I
do normal,
saw,
go to the
okay,
doctor.
but from what I saw in a documentary called, I forgot the name of this, with some hairy guy with glasses that talked about feminists, about it's called What is a Woman? Then they saw him interview some naked guy in the middle of the street, in the end of the day, in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
I asked myself, what the hell?
yeah. There's a lot of people that are on drugs. Okay, we have a huge homeless problem, and the huge homeless problem led to a lot of people being on drugs. And
In California?
yeah, in California, yeah, like
It
so.
doesn't supposed to be a rich place.
But no, that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people, if you don't make like the cost of everything is constantly going up every year, and if you don't make
Oh,
enough
lovely.
fast enough, you'll end up you just don't have enough for rent one time, or two times, and then that's enough to get you evicted. Now you're on the streets,
Okay.
and you already didn't have money, so now you're homeless.
Well, the
And
prices are here also high. Say, for an average apartment, how much it's costs to rent it in dollars?
in dollars here, it's about Uh, average in California is around 2,200. So
2200.
$2,200.
Hmm. And here it's 3,000 shekels for an okay apartment in Tel Aviv. That's where I live.
Okay.
I live
So
in the
what's that in
I
dollars?
live in the New York version of your country, of the Middle East.
Okay, okay. So how much is that in dollars?
I think shekel. I think 3 shekel worth $1 or 4 shekels. No, something like three, between 3 and 4 shekels.
Okay, so a dollar is 3 or 4 seconds. So how much? So wait, so you said you're paying how much?
I'm telling you how an average apartment in Tel Aviv worth. Of course, if it depends on what the apartment, if it's new or old apartment in what building and etc. etc. But uh, a number of 3,000 shekels around that number.
Okay, so y'all paying on average in dollars about 11, like 1,100 to $1,200 on average.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
not you know
okay.
what? Not average.
That's not
It's
that's not too bad. I mean,
you said
compared to
that is
California.
you said it. Say it again. It's 20,000 in your California, no?
Wait, no, 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 no. Wait. Hold on. Hold on,
You
because
said 20,000, if I'm not mistaken.
dollars, dollars, one, two, and
Again, you can
how do you spell your
shekel. I will write it down in just a second.
Oh, I found it. I found it. So you said 3,000 shekels for rent, right?
Yeah, if you can check how much it's worth
Yeah,
in today's dollars.
right now
Yeah.
in the economy, uh it is that is $877. So
So
it's
one shekel equals to $8.
no. One shekel is 29 cent here. So that's not even a whole dollar. You need to get a dollar, you need 4 shekels.
Well, at least I was close.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's not like in South America. There you could buy. Then it's very cheap because of the coin.
Yeah, they're suffering from mass inflation. It's bad.
Yeah, I've been to South America. I took a tour there when I was a teenager. This place is filled with homelesses,
Yeah.
especially in the. Ugh. It's like GTA.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
here, for example, you can go. You can go to buy in the yellows or to buy in another. Place that is open in 3 in the morning,
Mhm.
and then you can go and nothing's happened to you. We don't, and we have homelesses like in everywhere else, but uh, unlike I don't know how it's in your area, but I
Mhm.
can walk in 3 in the morning, go pack in some gas station something to eat or to drink. Of course, it's going to cost more because it's 3 in the morning, but still, nobody's going to rob me or try to stick a knife in me.
Yeah, yeah, and that's how it is in most places in California. But once you get to like the big cities, your Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Sacramento, like the big cities, there's this mass homelessness, just in mass.
Mhm.
Like
Okay.
there's whole blocks in LA that are just homeless people.
Okay, we don't have that, definitely. The
Yeah,
closest to that is a Bedouin village.
yeah, pretty much. Like people just set up tents and just live.
Yeah, if you want the closest, like I said, the closest to that, to what you're describing here is the Bedouins, and also
Okay,
in terms of violence.
okay,
For
yeah.
example, we had 2 years ago a shocking case that two Bedouins broke into somebody's house in the south,
Mm,
and after they stole the stuff, the guy was sleeping. They got into the room of his 10-year-old daughter, and one of them, from what I know, held her up and put a light, how you say, flashlight to her face, and the second one did. I don't want to say what it is. It starts with an R.
okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
and so they rap and they do the R stuff to a, a 8-year-old child in her bed. And the head of the village, after they got arrested, thought it was funny.
What?
Yeah, the head of the bed that the specific Bedouin village that the two fuckers came from thought it was funny.
Oh, that's
Bedouins,
that's not
what do you
acceptable.
expect?
That's unacceptable. That's sick. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wow.
Bedouins, what do you expect? And if somebody want to call me a racist, then go ahead. After that stuff, I think I have the right to be pissed.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not okay. I
Yeah, and
understand.
of course, that's before I talk with you about the terror attacks. Of course, we don't have here laws that you can walk with guns like it's candy, but still,
Yeah,
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 every country with our own problems.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Every country does have its own problems. And that's one thing I do like. I think a lot of people get misconstrued. Like they look at other places as like an oasis. Like no, you're not escaping problems. You'll never get away from problems. It's just different types of problems and different types of problems that you're either willing to deal with or you're not willing to deal with. That's pretty much it. um
Yeah, Yeah, now we're going to get a new government. We are right now after elections, so we're going to
Yeah,
have a new government.
right. How does that
So
work? How did you guys government work? Because I know you guys have to form like a coalition government. Like
yeah,
different parties have to
yeah,
agree. How many parties do you guys have?
it's not about how many parties, it's about how many mandates, how many numbers they have. Well, in order to have a government,
Mm,
you need 61 or more mandates or a vote if you want.
hmm
And they have 64 at the moment. They are doing now negotiations between all the parties that they have par- the the number the numbers of the mandates.
hmm
So they will be ending the process in another 10 days or less, and then the government will start doing its stuff. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that are angry about the Bedouins because of what I told you and other stuff.
hmm
So this government is going to put a lot of police force in the south.
Okay. So in so what did I want to ask? So like who's going to be your prime minister now?
Benjamin Netanyahu, or
Okay.
in
Okay.
short, Bibi.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we call him Bibi, but like I said, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Okay. 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 Cool. 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 I was wondering
Yeah,
about that because I seen you guys had a new guy for a little while.
yeah,
Um.
Yair Lapid.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I try my best to keep up with geopolitical stuff like across the world, but I mean I'm one guy, so it's pretty
Yeah,
tough.
and in the end of the day, you need also to look if how I say it. The I don't know how good are your TV or your sources, but there is a limit on how much you can trust your average news average reporter.
Mm,
We need to remember that in some degree, in some degree, the reporter have his own agenda.
that's true
Say
too.
stuff.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I typically I'm not getting it from like the news, but like I have like several YouTube channels that I follow, and they kind of like always do like these breakdowns and they give their sources. So I'm always able to go to some other website and validate what they said, and then like there's like four or five YouTubers like agreeing with each other in consensus of this is what they're reporting, and they're all using like similar type sources. So there's a lot of cross feed. So I'm able to like validate like the information I'm getting as far as that's concerned. Like
okay.
current news is about a lot easier for me to like get in and get behind and like get the information. But then at the same time, like historical stuff, I do have like the earnest on myself to like actually like become better at that historically, like doing more
Yeah,
more research.
yeah. Also, I saw the video that you had before the specific video, and I saw that one of your people that you had in that video said a number of times the Jewish media, and honestly, that's very pissed me off.
What are you talking about the Kanye video?
No, not the Kanye video. I'm talking. Excuse me. The video before the video with that what the one that I responded to you. I saw that you had a few people, and one of them said again and again the Jewish media this, the Jewish media that, and you
Wait, wait,
know
wait,
that.
wait, wait, wait. Really? Hold on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
hold on. I gotta. Let's see. Let's see. Who in the world? Let's
yeah.
see.
That's very pissed me off that he said the Jewish media. It's talking about the same media that gave Wimpy Goldberg a pass. He's talking about the same media that don't
Oh,
talk about suffering about
oh.
anti-Semitism in the USA,
Are,
about
are,
the people that don't talk about the terror attacks that you have here. That is the so-called Jewish media that he's talking about.
are you talking about and the was Kyrie wrong video?
I think so.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
I know who you. Okay, he was trolling. He was trolling a little bit, because he comes from the Twitch space. Like, so he trolls a bit.
Twist space. What is that?
Twitch, like, so, like, the Twitch, like, arena. So in Twitch, like, community, like, they troll a
Okay.
lot, and they say things purposely to, like, antagonize people a little bit. That's why I like, in bulk, like, like, not in bulk or whatever. I was just ignoring that. Like, it just went
Okay.
in one ear and out the other, because he's talking he's playing the position of Kanye West. He was, like, arguing his position. He wasn't. That's not what he believes. He was arguing his position. And and maybe I have to do a better job of explaining that to people. And that, like, certain people, like, that I have on, they're literally just there to argue the counterpoint. That's it. It's not like they believe it or we believe it. It's just those groups. I'm not necessarily for, like, giving them a platform and giving them a voice. But if someone wants to argue their position, I'm cool with that. Like, but I don't
Okay.
necessarily want that person on, because I know that person. There's no way I can convince them of what they're thinking is, like, abstract and, like, wrong. He was just arguing the position so we could have the conversation without it being, just us agreeing with each other the whole time. Because I
Yeah.
think further towards the end of the video, we're, like, more in consensus. You know what I'm saying? But it's for entertainment purposes. Like,
If I was there, I don't think that he would. That stuff would go so well for him.
I mean, and that's fair, and that's fair. That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair, man. And I
Probably
mean,
didn't. Probably was very. But well, there was nobody Jewish in that place, so that's why I
that,
said it.
that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, and that's yeah, yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, with this platform, I want to, like, give people like yourself or people like myself and just people in general the opportunity to speak to one another. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, because a lot of times we don't really talk to each other, like, and just to have civil discourse. And I want more people around the world to have more civil discourse, so we can realize there's not too much difference between us
Okay.
at base level. But yeah, yeah, that's that, man. And yeah, so that's that part about that video too. Um
Yeah. Also, I see that you taking offense when I said to you in the comments that in the Bible it says that David was a ginger. I saw that you took offense to that.
David was a ginger. No, I didn't take
A
offense.
redhead.
I didn't take offense to that. What I said back was specifically was, um that that's like, so, time period wise, so what I was saying to you was, it wasn't that he couldn't be black. Like, black people produce redheads all the time. Like, it's not something that's common, but it can happen. You can still be black and still end up with red
So,
hair.
so if I'm, so for example, if you marry a woman that is looking exactly like you can have a ginger son. That's what you're saying.
Um, I'm saying it's possible if that trait exists in your tree. So I'm not saying that all of a sudden, like, for instance, myself, if somewhere back in my gene pool, right? Somewhere in my gene pool, that trait exists, like, however it got introduced, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was David's mother or his father, like,
You
they
know,
have
his
it.
grandma was a non-Jewish woman. In the end of the day, she was a
Okay,
convert.
okay. That's great, great. So whatever that lineage is from her, you know what I'm saying, that she has in the gene pool, like, it is possible for him to be born a redhead. It's possible. It's
Okay.
possible. And you could still come out with, like, black or Middle Eastern features and be redhead. It's possible.
Um, You mean if you mean that I can look like you and have red hair?
Yeah, yeah, that
I
like
don't think so.
yeah, no,
Sorry,
no. So I when we get off of here, Google Google black people with red hair.
because
There,
they
it's a
they
naturally
painted red.
occurring phenomenon. It's naturally occurring, naturally occurring.
You can maybe show it to me if you have.
You know what? You know what? I can. You know what? I can. I can show it to you right now. I can show it to you
Okay,
right now.
then let's see it. Let's
Give
see it.
me, give me 1 second.
Let's see that phenomenon. And again, it's not just King David. It's also told about his son Solomon and stuff. And again, if you look at the video that I showed you, they showed there a painting, Egyptian painting, a number of Egyptian paintings, and the painting of a person from the Levant area and from the Middle East. And the Europeans had
Egyptian.
connections with people in trade connections with people in the modern day Israel, and of course, after the
Okay.
end of the Bronze Age, you had a lot of people from modern day Greek invading the Levant and the Middle East in general.
Right. Right. So okay.
So
So yeah. So this is it's just something that can naturally occur. Like these aren't people that dyed their hair. Like
you can
this girl here,
go
she didn't
close to
dye her
that.
hair.
You can
Like
please do a close.
yeah.
That's brown.
But it's red-ish. It's red-ish. It's not.
Um,
It's not. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. And then if you just
I
go,
see brown, bro.
no, that's red. It's red hair. That's red. That's red. It's not pure. It's not a like a pure red. Like it's not like oh my god, like pure red. Like, but it's something that can happen. No, that's not natural. She's naturally a redder hair. Like it's a burgundy, but burgundy is still red. Like if somebody was at face value, no one's gonna say, "Oh yeah, the guy with burgundy hair." No, they're gonna look at it and go, "Yo, you're the guy with the red hair." Whether it's dark red or light red, you know what I'm saying? We can't determine that, but I'm just saying this can happen.
Okay, ma, what is the chances of that stuff happening?
It's highly common. Hold on, I'd have to really look, like, because I'm not prepared. Let's see.
And again, bro, like I said to you, the average person in the Middle East back then didn't look like a person from sub-Saharan Africa. But I'm not saying that there weren't people that looked like sub-Saharan Africa in the Middle East. I'm not saying that. Just saying the average.
So it's a type of albinism. Okay, so it's a type of albinism. This form causes people to have the following traits: red hair, brown or blue eyes, and then the golden or bronze skin color.
What? You saying that somebody from sub-Saharan look and have blue eyes?
Yes, 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 and that's a thing too. That's a thing too that happens, man.
What is that
Like,
internet?
hold on, let's see. With blue eyes, like I kid you not, I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. Which one is that? Yeah, these twins are natural. These twins are natural.
Is that real?
Yeah, this is real. These girls are real. These girls are real. This is a YouTube video. Hold on.
I don't think it will be a good idea to show it. If it will get you into any problems or something.
I don't no, I don't think it will. Like as long as I keep it short.
Okay,
As long as I keep it
okay,
short.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So look. So her eyes are like grayish, whatever. And then let me get to the little girls. Yeah. See, that's
You can
blue.
do. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, bro, like, cause we've mixed. Everybody's mixed so much. Everybody has a chance of like just wild stuff happening.
Okay, that's you don't see every day.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
and
that's
that's
I must say that's probably where from what I saw. If it two people from that one of
But
them look have Caucasian look and one Sub-Saharan look. The chances of that the
but
of the this is where
well, it gets higher when you look at the fact that you said his grandmother is from wherever the heck she was from,
she
right?
was from the local. I think you know what I will. I think she was from Edom. She was from the Esau's. Forgot the name. You know what? Let me check for a second about the King
Okay.
David's grandmother.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
because
second.
if you have any of this stuff in your background, it's always a chance for it to reoccur. Like for instance, I've seen with black people, two lighter skinned people, like lighter than me, like they looked yellow. Two yellow people had a child that's 100% them that was dark, like that was dark. You would assume that no, that's not possible, but it is. I've seen two really dark people, they had a child together, and the child was like really, really light, and it was 100% them. It happens like that. It just does. It just does. It's not it that's just it, and it's called dominant and recessive traits. If you happen to get one of those recessive traits on that wheel, you got it. And it's like a I mean, when you're looking at the table, the RR, the big R and whatever, you got a 25% chance of ending up with a if you end up in that 25% chance after you and you get rolled a bunch of recessive traits, right? Then you have a probability wheel of getting all this, like anything goes. Like if you end up with RR from your parents, anything goes, anything goes. Like you could end up
Okay,
regular.
I don't see the name of the people. I don't see. I look quickly and I don't see the name of the people that she's from. But she's from if I'm mistaken from modern day. Well, no, modern day Jordan. She's from the mountains there. You
Hmm.
know what? I will translate a YouTube page to English, and I'm going to. My English is not very good in terms of reading.
Okay.
How I can? You know what? I'm going to send you the link to the YouTube page of David's King Grandma. You saw
Okay.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, I see that. Oh, you're talking about Ruth. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, why didn't you
yeah.
just say Ruth? Why did you just say Ruth? I know who Ruth is. Okay, hold on, hold on.
His
Let
name
me
is Ruth.
yeah, let me go over here. Let me
Yeah, so probably in terms of well, in here we call it race, but so in terms of what we here call race, she was probably well, maybe an Arab or a Nabatean.
okay, so this took me to okay,
She
it
was
took
from
me
the Isos.
okay, biblical figure. Okay, cool. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull this back up on the screen. All right, so to where you sent me to.
Yeah,
So this is supposedly a portrait of a woman as Ruth.
that's
Um,
not a,
that's
all
not
of we
accurate. That
both
I
know
know.
that. Yeah, we know that
Yeah,
it's not accurate. It's somebody the Renaissance painting it.
yeah,
Of course, it's not accurate.
yeah, yeah.
Ignore the portrait.
Woman Israel after the death of male members. She stays with mother-in-law Naomi and moves to
Where
Judah.
she come from?
She was a Moabite
Moab, huh? Just a second.
who married an Israelite. Okay, and where in the world is Moabite?
Okay, I see now. Where is it? Just a second. Like I said, it's in the here. I find it. I'm going to send you the link to the page.
Okay.
She's in the kingdom of Moab.
Okay.
It's in the other side. It's in the Jordanian side of the Dead Sea.
Oh, okay. So here, right here. right?
So, like
Yeah.
I said, she's probably a Nabatean, or well, Nabateans were Arabs, but she's probably she was probably from Arab descent, or probably a Canaanite, or even a Canaanite, you can say.
Hmm.
Yeah, and about the well, you know what? Let's finish with this first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but in any case, you can see it up ahead if you do a close up on the picture.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay.
No, you
Which
don't need
picture?
to do on this picture, on the picture of the map.
Oh, on the picture of the map. Ah, okay, I'll
Yeah,
go
the
back.
Renaissance stuff is useless.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what picture you were talking about, so I
Yeah,
thought.
yeah, yeah. You see the kingdom of Moab. Well, like I said, she's in modern day Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I see that a lot of people, there is a cult that call themselves the Black Hebrew Israelites that say that all the Europeans and the Caucasian are from the kingdom of Asa, of Edom, or Esau, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
No, no, I mean, yeah, Edom. So that those group of people were converted to Judaism later in the time after the time of the Greeks. When we got back our country from the Greeks, so
Mm-hmm.
the way to do stuff was then that if you don't convert, you leave. So
Mm.
people back then, when the Jews will free their city from the Greeks, they could could leave or they convert to Judaism. So you had a lot of Greek converts, people from that were Greek Hellenistic settlers. You had there, and you also had the Edomites
Mm-hmm.
or the Isas or whatever you want to call them. And of course,
Right.
that's before we talk about the Roman occupation, the Roman massacres, and what starts with an R. And that's, if I may say, I see something is wrong with your computer.
Wrong with my computer?
Yeah, it's stuck. No.
No, no. I was just sitting here just still. That was it. I
Okay.
can I can sit very still. I was listening
No,
to
I
it.
see because of the you see, it's dark.
Wait, can you
The
not see me?
I see you. I What I don't see is it's the picture that the map. It's
Oh, oh, oh! I closed the picture. I didn't know we were still needing the picture up.
Yeah. We don't need just. It seems like is logging for something or is trying to load something your computer. But yeah, never
Oh,
mind that.
oh, okay. Um, well, yeah, 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 yeah. I guess I'll let you like Well, I do want to respond to one thing you said, real quick. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm like the largest supporter of the Black Hebrew Israelites. Like, no, I'm not. I believe what they're serving and what they're selling. Like, no, I don't. Like, I don't prescribe to that. Um, I just don't. I just don't. That's not something I prescribe to. Um, you know, I do want to say that that's not me. That's not what I prescribe to. And I've not went through stuff to validate or invalidate their information because it's just something that I just kind of just look at and go, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, just because I have a core philosophy of like who is running things, who's calling the shots. Like when I look at like how an organization is ran, and I see stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, you know what I'm saying, or I don't agree necessarily with those people, then I kind of remove myself from the situation. That's
Yeah, but at the same time, I see that your the specific video about like in your words, black or Jews. It's a number of people that connected with that hate group responded to that video, and two.
Yeah. I seen that. I seen that. I was like,
Yeah, and
that's why I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk, because I was
yeah,
like, I think this is the fair way to kind of like balance the scale in a
yeah. But
way.
in the end of the day, it's your channel. You can say you can tell me to f off, to f up. In
I
the end of
could,
the
but
day. Yeah.
that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not in the business of, as long as people aren't blatantly hurting other people or saying like something foul about other people in my comments, am I going to turn it off, or am I going to like regulate it or like delete it or whatnot? Like if there are bad comments on that video, I just haven't read them yet. Like there was too many comments for me, honestly. I
Okay.
felt
No.
overwhelmed,
Yeah.
and I just needed to honestly like make more videos at the end of the day. So if somebody tells me like, hey, this comment is bad, right? And I go see it and I go, you know what? Yeah, this comment is bad. I'll delete it. I'll remove it. Like no questions asked.
Actually, there were not real. There were not any hateful comments, but still, you're saying that you're not support that hate group, and at the end of the day, your videos getting people from that hate group to the chats, and well,
Yeah, it makes
you try to put an argument for their claim.
no, I was just saying my thoughts. I'm just saying my thoughts on it. That's it. I
Okay.
just gave my opinion. That's it. I just gave my opinion on the information I had at the time. That's it. I just gave my opinion. Like that's it. That's it. So I wanted to go, okay, I gave my opinion, and then you commented back and said, hey, this is where you're wrong at. And I said, oh, okay. You gave me more information. I looked at it and I said, oh, okay, I was wrong here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, let me bring you on to the channel and let you talk about it. That's
Yeah.
my way of fixing it, because
Yeah.
I'm not, it's not like I'm an expert in the knowledge that you gave me, but
So am I. I'm not an expert.
you're an expert.
I'm not
You're
an
not,
expert, bro. I'm not an
no,
expert.
you're no, what I mean by saying you know your history, right? Because it's you.
I'm a history buff
Yeah,
in
yes,
general.
you have more
But
expertise.
again, I
Let me
don't.
put it that way. You have
Yeah,
more expertise in this area. Is that fair to say?
yeah, you can say. But again, I just a guy that loves history and know about it. In general, I know about the history of the Middle East and stuff. And another stuff that I forgot to tell you, I think I wrote in the comments, but still, you know what the Hebrew word for sub-Saharan or for African?
Go ahead, hit me.
Kushi. And you know from where that word come from? The Bible. It used to refer to any person who comes from the south of the Sahara, or in other words, with dark skin, with sub-Saharan look.
So you said
So
Kush.
yeah, it's from the kingdom of Kush because that's the only sub-Saharan African civilization that the Jews had contact with. We can go back to the story of the Queen of Sheba, but that is in the end of the day, that's one is a myth probably, and second that the queen was from modern day Yemen. So yeah, so that's well according to archaeologists at least. So the first really full-on civilization or empire, even you can say that the Jews had contact with was with the Kushites when they conquered and hold Egypt. So
Okay.
that's why the word Kushi came from. Okay, and if you reform, you use that word to call people that look like those people. That tells you about the people that are using that word, that it's very new for them to see that kind of person. You get what I'm saying? That proves that, well, sorry to say, is, if you ask me, that's a point to us that the people that the Kushite look very different from the people from the Hebrew Israelites, if they use that word to point to them. And also, the one of your people in the comments gave me a quote from the Bible. Actually, and it was very hard to find it in Hebrew. Yeah, it was. They talked about the Ethiopian river, but in the end of the day, it was in the original verse was talking about two tribes or nation the from from the other from far from the Sudan, from the river of Sudan. And probably you ask yourself, what's the difference between the Ethiopian river and the Sudan river? That's the Nile, but actually there is a difference. The Ethiopian river is the Blue Nile, and the Sudan river is the Nile. It's the Nile when it unites with the blue and the white Nile.
Mm,
Okay, so that's two very parts of a very big different river. So when you say it said south or beyond. Yeah, it says beyond the Sudan River. It's beyond the Sudan River. It's beyond the Egyptian Nile. So it could be North Africa, the Maghreb area of North Africa. It could be what after that. And even that, even if we go to according to his version about the Blue Nile,
mm-hmm,
then still you had Ethiopian Jews coming here. And again, that specific verse, I even put it in Hebrew for him in the comments. And
mm,
it's talking about in the original verse, it's talking about two nations that will be bring offering or something like that. I got the two religious people to check that out
mm.
for sure.
Okay.
And when if you saw later when I wrote my response to him, he wrote to me that verse again in English, and there is names of the Shanti tribe in North Nigeria, and yada yada yada. First, and I asked him where the hell first, and before that I asked him where the hell he has where it's read where those names are in the Bible. I asked for where to know where these names are, and he didn't give me the names. So that's tell us one that doesn't know himself. So he's telling me just a rumor, and second that he's full on lying or both. And of course, like I told you, if you want to check if something is, if it's a name of something, then go to the original source.
Mm-hmm.
I can create to you some version of the Bible in China. Excuse me. In China, I can write to you
Mm-hmm.
the Bible in some in Chinese or in Korean, and some names could be spelled weird in that version, and then you can get the wrong idea.
True. True.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's very true. All right.
yeah.
So, like, is there anything else you want to say before we wrap up here? You know what I'm saying? Any like closing things you
Okay.
want to say?
It was wonderful to be here, and also I saw that you had in the same chat that you had the guy with the Jewish media. You had also another troll, if I'm not mistaken. You had also a lady there that said some stuff. You know what? Maybe if you do a chat with those two guys, I will jump to say hello to them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And
All right.
anyway,
I
have
will. I
fun
will.
and
I will try to
enjoy the video
coordinate
that
that. It,
yeah,
go ahead.
enjoy the video that I sent to you. The videos that I sent to you. If you want to ask some stuff about what's going on in Israel or in the Middle East in general, if you are more than free to ask.
Okay.
Welcome to ask. In any
Okay.
case, have a good evening.
All right. Hey,
Ciao.
you have a good one too. I want to thank you for coming on. Everybody, this was V. You know what I'm saying? Glad to have him. And this is From Israel with Love. Thanks y'all for
Yeah,
watching.
straight away from Tel Aviv. Yeah.